Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. In this nondescript looking box contains a 6-inch riser from the guys at Buy Stuff Arcades. I'll be using this on the Arcade1up Capcom Legacy Edition cabinet that I've been slowly modifying for my fire company. The custom control deck that you see here and the PC that is the soul of the cabinet is running a Botticera build that comes from Santino over at Upgrade Arcade LLC. I'll be doing a few more modifications like a 19-inch screen and a new set of graphics at some point, but we'll cover those when the graphics arrive. So let's get this box opened up and get it assembled, shall we? Like with most of my unboxings, we've kicked it up to 800 speed here. Your time is valuable after all. So inside this expertly packed box, we see that the kit is covered in this foam wrap. Inside that foam wrap are the 4 wooden pieces, the number 6 1.25" coarse drywall screws for assembly, the instructions, a Buy Stuff sticker, and our diamond plate graphics for the left, right, and center panels. Now that everything's laid out, let's get it assembled. I'm going to try to get this right here. As it's laid out, the longer piece is the front, the longer piece in the back is the back, and the 2 sides have the locking pieces for the riser. Now, picking up the side panel here, you'll see that the area where we need to install the screws in the riser are pre-drilled. This is done so we don't split the wood during assembly. It's also a good guide so you know that you're doing it right. Providing that you have the right tools, assembly is pretty easy. Essentially, we're building a box, right? Here you'll see that the front panel fits flush up against the side. Essentially, as long as your holes line up, you're pretty much doing it right. And if you think you're doing it wrong, you can always refer to the instructions. They have pictures on them, which is great because it makes it a lot easier for dyslexics like me to figure them out. I started the assembly by installing the screws by hand. I did this because I wanted to avoid stripping the screws. In my experience, drywall screws can strip pretty easily. Once I didn't have enough leverage with the screwdriver, it was time to break out the drill. With the left front finished, now it's time to move on to the right. One thing that I forgot to mention before here was when you're assembling everything, install the screws partially in the panel, leaving a little bit of the tip sticking out. This makes it easier for you to line up the holes to make sure that you're doing it right. Now I'm going to just drop the back panel in place here and we'll come back once everything's screwed together. So now that the riser booster has been built, it's time to install the graphics. We're going to break out the screen mom here and get everything clean. As I've said before, dust is the enemy, right? So we want to clean the graphics, we want to clean the booster and make sure there's no dust. So with the graphic install, we're going to use the hinge method. I mean, it's a small graphic, but we still want to do it right? So we're just going to tape it off in the center here. Then we're going to pull it back. We'll cut the backing in the center, somewhat the center anyway. And then we drop the graphic down. We take our little squeegee, we squeegee it out, make sure there's no bubbles. And then we repeat the process on the other side, right? Just smooth it out. Then use the squeegee to get the bubbles out and then trim the sides. So once that's done, it's kind of rinse, wash, repeat, and do the other 2 sides. Now, here's the finished product. I think the booster looks great. Now, keep in mind, you'll only get 3 diamond plate graphics here, so don't do the back. Luckily, I didn't make that mistake here, so this is it. Now we're just going to move on to putting the riser on top of the booster. That's it. Nice and easy. The next step is throwing the cabinet on. I'm not going to show you guys that, but this was supposed to be the end of the video. This was supposed to be it. However, about a month of playing the machine with the booster and getting some feedback from some of the other members, I thought we might need to get a 4-inch booster instead. After all, I'm not the only one playing the machine, and not everybody is 6'2". It comes down to what's comfortable for everybody in the firehouse. So here's the 6-inch booster. And me, I'm just playing some Centipede here, enjoying it. But in a few moments here, we're going to actually transition to the 4-inch riser. Now, you can see by the transition here how it looks a little bit more comfortable, right? It's not quite so high, and it makes it a lot easier for everybody to step to the machine and play. So that's what we were looking for. A machine for everybody, right? everybody can step up to the machine and play and enjoy it. That's it for this one, folks. Here's a shot of the machine in all its glory. Well, it's not quite finished yet. Like I said at the start, we still have a screen to do and some graphics to install, but we'll get to that when that happens. Again, I appreciate everybody's time. Thanks for hanging out. We're clocking in at under 6 minutes. So thanks for sticking around if you did. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time. And as always, stay safe, be well, and take care.